So here are the speed sprite of the Mugshot for Red Panda Jase, because I had drawn his full body ages ago, but I never drew his Mugshot, so I've been getting on to doing that. So I'm just starting off by drawing his hood, and hoods have always been the bane of my existence when it comes to drawing them, because they're just so difficult to draw half the time. But with a fair bit of practice, you eventually get good at them, but I'm still not quite there with them. So I've just gone and made the basic outline, and I'm doing all the shading and that sort of thing. And now I'm just kind of shaving him, because the base sprite I went with, because you start with a base sprite to get the style across, does not... So I've gone with Chuck, but unfortunately Jase does not have a beard, so all these amazing side chops, so I've had to chop them off, and I'm also coming in here and doing his fringe hair, which I will go back and shade at some point after I just drew it. I'm just kind of going around planning everything out, sort of, and just filling in bits and that sort of thing. Like coming in here and doing up his eyebrows and that sort of thing. Just trimming his hair off a bit, and his shadow. So now I'm trying to draw the ears on his hood, and I have no idea what Red Panda ears look like, so I had to quickly Google it to just make sure I was drawing them correctly. I try to draw both at the same time, and figure I'd probably just better off drawing one. So then I've worked out that there's a bit of a curve to them, so I kind of went back and added the curve in, and then I still had no idea how to draw ears, so I had to look at a reference image of Mia, who has ears. Which is the best reference I had, so I could draw ears on this thing. Just going in there with the shading and that sort of thing. Just to, yeah, shading to make it look decent, otherwise it looks a bit flat. And then I'm now coming in here for the shading on the hood, and that is very experimental. I think later, no, you won't see in this recording, but I think I've gone back and made the orange colour a bit darker on his highlight, because that's just kind of too bright, I think. So now I'm just kind of drawing his shirt, or jacket, sort of thing. And I've just kind of gone and added onto his thing, just giving more of a shoulder, because the original sprite just cuts it off, but I've just gone back and drawn the shoulder on. So then I'm trying to make the hood connect with the jacket, and then I've also gone back and I'm going to do a bit of darker highlights on the hood. And then I'm now trying to do the other side and his top, which was a bit tricky because I didn't have any colours to work with, so I kind of had to make a few and fiddle around with the shading a bit to get it to look correct, like it was looking under. So I had to, and also at this point I've just realised I haven't saved, which is probably not a good thing to do when you've been working on it for about half an hour and going, I didn't save. So that's what I've gone and done, and I've gone and just kind of added the, I guess, seam work. Like, it's supposed to be his muscles there, but they kind of just work as jacket seams. So I've gone back and I've fiddling around with a few pixels in places, and so just kind of making I just realised I made his shirt a bit bigger. Just gone in, done some of the highlight bits for his t-shirt. And now I'm working on the second ear, finally, and this ear gave me so much grief. I had no idea how to do it, because I'm still not the greatest at drawing animal ears. I've only gotten down to drawing human anatomy, and now I'm experimenting with animal anatomy. And boy, that's still tricky within itself, and I think I did it, but I think I come back to it later. What am I up to? Yep, and now I've kind of gone to do colour in his hand, and it kind of looks like gloves if I just colour it in correctly with the right shading and add a few bits here and there, and because he is wearing gloves in the rendition I did of him. So there's that. Going back and doing a bit of shading here and there, so just, I don't know, it just makes it look nicer. And also I figured I went for a darker colour on his things, because gloves, to make it stand out better as well. And I've realised I needed to make the thing bigger, and I figured it would look better bigger rather than just having the top of his head cut off, so that I could just expand on the top of his hood. And the ears, which, there we go, the left ear is giving me so much grief now. I spent like a good solid 20 odd minutes on this ear. You can't tell because I've sped it up, but it just gave me so much grief because I could just not get the curvature or the... Curvature, is that a word? Yes, that is a word. Correct, all the height, all the shading, and it was just driving me crazy. And then on the left here also gave... No, not the left, yeah, the right here. I had to go back and fit it with the right here a bit as well, because that started not looking correct to me, and yeah. And just after fiddling around with that for about 20 odd minutes, I kind of went around and did his eye colour, and made his eyes a bit more prominent, and also made his white colour the same. And that's pretty much done. I'm just going around making a few touch-ups and that sort of thing, and yeah, that is complete, I would say. Good job me.